Hello everybody, Acre of Love Homestead here. Make sure my mic's on. Ta-da! Yes it is. Okay, so I'll put up my greenhouse that I got, free from Amazon. No, this is not a paid promotion. They messed up, so they ended up just giving me my greenhouse for free. So, I'm not too happy with this greenhouse. I do have a feeling that it is going to blow away on my first big windstorm. And if anybody decides to buy one of these, I would highly recommend that you think twice about it. Just for the fact that it was a pain in the butt to put together, and it is very hard to get it straight to where every panel and every screw fit in how they're supposed to. So I'm going to give you the tour and all the things that I had to do. I had to put lots of tape on this thing, and I shouldn't have to have put tape at all, but we could not figure out how to keep it straight enough to be able to put the panels in. Didn't matter what we did, we had it level on both sides. They just did not go in how it's planned. So pray to God that this thing stands up through one of our windstorms that we get here. I don't think it's going to. Mind you, it was a free greenhouse, so I'm not too worried about it, but I would like for it to, to stay up and do what it's supposed to. So let's get into checking on the greenhouse, okay? This is it. This is it. And if you can see right off the bat, it's got bowing on the roof. It goes down. The little thing that goes from the top, so from the top over, it does not stay straight. It bends. Doesn't matter how many screws you've put in it, it bends. We've tried to pull it this way, we've tried to pull it that way to make it sturdy, won't stay. So let's go through a couple of things that I've already had to do. I've had to put tape here. We had to rig out the windows, so it's supposed to have 4 windows. I do not have windows, and I've had to put tape here, which apparently I need to put some more because that's going to blow off. Let me see if I can bring y'all back. See how it bends in the middle right there? And this side is only standing up because I have a stick holding it up, so I'm going to have to put a stick on the inside to hold up the roof so it can, be up more. These panels, they didn't flush all the way in, and you can see how it goes kind of this way. That's because we couldn't get it to stay straight, even with these braces on in here. Now, if anybody else has bought one of these and you've done perfectly fine, maybe mine was just, I don't know, bent from the beginning, who knows. And then I've already had to put tape on this panel because we got a little bit of wind earlier and one blew out. It blew out of the little slots. I've already had to put tape here, and that's to hold this on so it doesn't blow away. And then more tape down here. And then this is one of the windows that was supposed to be able to go up and down. Can't do that. The back looks okay. But that's that side. So if you're standing from the front, that's the left side. The only thing that actually is on right is this door. The door opens and closes just fine. Opens and closes just fine. So that's the only thing that actually did worth a darn on this thing. Also, this is the other side, and if you stand here and look, it is not straight. So for me to be able to keep it straight and level, I need to put a stick from here to here just so it can push that in, which is ridiculous. I've already had to put tape on this side because this is where a bracket is supposed to go all the way down. But I, in my personal opinion, I will never buy one of these again. Ow, the fence got my hair. Stop. I will never buy one of these ever again in my life. Like I say, the only reason why I have this is because it got sent to me, and Amazon made a mistake, so they just let me keep it. I already see some of my tape falling off inside. I wasn't able to, so if you look, some of these, like here, it's open here, so I had to put tape. It's like that all the way down. It's all the way down like that. And that's because it would not stay straight. Every time you did something, or you had to move it a little bit, it would just get completely off the measurements that you're supposed to have it on. So I don't know what I'm going to do in here. I thought about, so if anybody buys one, I would recommend you buy like a 2x2 and you run it in here all the way down, because that might keep it sturdy. Now, I didn't think of that until like 1 o'clock this morning, whenever I woke up and just was randomly in my head. This window, it does kind of open, but that's about it. I'd have to take the whole thing off because it has tape here holding it. And who knows? Like I say, this thing is probably not going to make it very far. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. But if it does, you know, I would love for it to work out, because I do have plans for it in here. You know, it would be good to put, you know, like some shelves in here, have my seed starters on here. I could run some lights from the top, maybe, you know, some irrigation system in here, you know, and stuff like that, if it's going to stand up. So I don't know what's going to happen. I put it over these plants just, you know, just to see. Those are my cauliflower and my 2 broccolis. They got beat to heck while we were trying to put it in and move it and all this. My tomato plants, they're just a goner. I need to get that chair out of here. And I will, if it works, if it works out, I do want to put some mulch down in here. I have a mulch truck coming hopefully here pretty soon. So I will put some mulch down in here. This is not for me to garden in ground. This is for me to put some tables in here and use it for seed starts, you know, so I can put my seed starts in my own garden, and then also maybe put some seed starts out in the farmhouse. So this is kind of it. You know, I'm grateful that they gave it to me for free because they messed up, but, you know, putting this thing together was probably not worth it, in all honesty. But this is it. I mean, it looks good from here. Don't get me wrong, from here it looks good. But even if you stand right here, you can tell that it is not even at all. And it didn't matter what we did. Technically, it's supposed to go, I guess, on concrete or something. Not quite sure. But I will never buy another one of these again. Never. I'll go back to the hoop one that I had a couple of years ago. It was just a hoop one. You know, you put it together, put your tarp on and all that, and then, you know, you got you an instant greenhouse. But if it stays together, that'd be great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I'm going to have to come through here, because we had to cut these so they could fit under this thing right here. I'm going to have to run tape here. I'm going to have to run tape here. I just ran out of tape. Now put these bricks here, because that way maybe it wouldn't pick it up off the ground, which I think it's already done, because that right there is supposed to be pushed in. So I'm pretty sure it's already tried, the wind here has already tried to lift it off the ground. Now if we get a 60 to 70 mile an hour wind like we do sometimes, it's going to probably bend this whole thing. The only thing I could try to do is maybe put some, maybe run like a string from the fence this way, and then a string from the other fence that's here this way, and somehow stick it in the ground. That way it doesn't pick up and it doesn't lift off like a rocket ship. I don't know, we'll see. The thing looks awful, I'll tell you that. My son had to come and help me. They say that this thing's supposed to only take 4 hours to do. Yeah, okay. This thing took me a week. And that was with one, 2, 3, 4, there's like 6 of us. So it took a whole week to get it up. But yeah, that's what that is. And then in the process of doing everything, all of my onions got beat down. Not these over here, but the ones over there got all beat down. My poor cabbage is beat to heck. My turnips and my beets are still going. Now we're starting to get into colder weather, so I'm hoping, see that's splitting, so I need to come through here and pick some of these. Yep, we need to come through with a basket. Didn't realize they're probably splitting like that because of the rain that we got. We got a real heavy rain a couple days ago, and it's fixing to rain again. And then with the heat, so warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, this is probably what happens. See, like that one's a little tiny one. Got some massive roots on there, which is pretty neat. This one would probably need to pull that one already. That's a pretty good size beet right there, look at it. Oh, that's a big one. And then this one, that's a good one too. But see how it's splitting? So that's probably from all that rain we got, and then it got hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. And I'm gonna sit y'all, I'm using a different stand today, guys, so I'm gonna sit y'all actually right down here, and we're gonna look at the rest of this stuff. And these are turnips, so these I don't believe are, none of these are ready. Oh, that one might be. That's a pretty big turnip. I thought my leaves would get a little bit bigger, but apparently they ain't going to. Wonder if I could, no, I think turnips, you need to leave them till they get super big, so I'm gonna leave those. Might weed out some of these ones that ain't making anything like these. That way the other big ones can have some room in there. So I didn't come through again and separate out anymore. I just kind of left it and went on. That's pretty good size. Maybe we can get rid of this one. This and this. Give room for the other ones. Now the reason why I sat that greenhouse long ways like that is because technically I was going to sit it this way, and I didn't. I didn't want to do it that way. Because I do want to be able to still plant in this area over here. I'm going to give all that to the pigs. Yeah, see, I need to pull out some of these. That way these other ones can grow. There we go. Whoop, stepped on that. Yeah, see, some of these are not even doing anything because they're not getting enough nutrition in there. I was supposed to give these to my neighbor, but uh-oh, pulled that one too soon. But they don't look like they're going to get big enough to even be able to make turnip greens out of. Pull, you know, like I say, I'll pull some of them and see if it'll give the other ones some more room to grow better, which I'm sure it will. Technically, I planted all this for my rabbits, but I ain't got rabbits no more, so it doesn't really matter if it grows or not. Yeah, it don't really matter if it grows too much. Check on this side down here. It's a pretty big one right there. That's a pretty big one right there. Maybe I can pull some of these little small plants that ain't doing nothing. Oh, pulled the wrong one. Dang it. Like that one. Some of these over here. Ain't got nary nothing really on them. That's a big one. That's a big one over there. Well, I wonder if the pigs will eat them. This one here's a big one. That's a pretty good size one. Check down this way. I'm going to try to leave that one because it's a bigger plant. Maybe it'll start growing something. Try to get all these other ones out of here. Seems like that one ain't got nothing. Man, there's quite a few that just don't have nothing on it. They've been out here for a while, so I bet that big one right there took all the nutrition. That's why he's so big. Well, we'll give that to the pigs, see if they'll eat it. Maybe the cows will eat it too. At least I got some radishes and some. I'm gonna leave them turnips. Like I said, I'm gonna leave them turnips. I am gonna take them radishes in the house. I can always throw them in a salad or something. We'll give all this to the pigs. I'm sure they'll like that. That's quite a bit of stuff. Give to the pigs. I think they'll like that. Okay, here we go. See if I can call them in. Peek, 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 peek. Peek, peek, peek. Get over there, Melissa, see if you want some. I really got to get her hooves trimmed. Well, them pigs like that. Get in there, Melissa. Get in there. It's your pretty face. Her's got a pretty face. Yeah. Her's got a pretty face. Come on, Winnebago. Come on. They all get along for the most part. Huh, Winnebago? Sadly, the pigs are the boss. You good cows? Yep. Good pigs, good cows. Yes. You got a pretty face? Yep, hers got a pretty face. I'm surprised she's coming up. She's getting a little bit friendlier and friendlier. Yeah, she'll come up every now and then. What are we doing? I didn't bring no snacks. Usually I got snacks for you, don't I? Yeah. Usually got snacks, huh? Winnebago, you got some big teeth, dude. Let me scratch your chin. Oh, yeah. You like that? Scratches? Yeah. Look at that pretty face you got. Yes, you do. You got a pretty face. Him's got a pretty face. Yes, you do. You good boy. Too bad he's going into freezer camp next month. All right, Spike, we're going to close it out. Close it out. Yeah. Let's close it out. Say, all right, guys. We will catch y'all in the next one. And we hope that y'all like and subscribe. And hopefully y'all learn something from this video. And we will catch y'all in the next one. See you later. Say bye, Spike. What is it? Can you sit? Sit. No, you're being a goofball. Sit. Gooberhead.